All right. So, being a new father with a lovely wife who's hearing a lot of feedback from other moms and parents that are concerned about how to feed their kids, we've decided to start creating some videos on some fun recipes that you could create for your children. Today we are going to do chicken and cheddar muffins, and we're going to do them without sugar. So pretty basic, straightforward, approachable recipe today. We've already measured everything. So in front of me, we have our ingredients already measured. In the kitchen, we call this our mise en place. So basic muffin recipe, you have your flour, your baking powder for your dry ingredients. Then we have our milk, our banana, that's going to be our sugar substitute, our egg, our butter, and then our mixing ingredients to add the flavor is the chicken and the shredded cheese. When it comes to making muffins, you could use this recipe and you could add berries instead. You could add cranberries, blueberries. You could do different kind of nuts, but we're probably going to stick away from nuts right now because there's a lot of allergies for kids. But we're starting with chicken and cheddar today. But know that you can also add other flavorings as well. So when you are baking, it's pretty simple. You're going to want to have a scale. Everything in baking is more of a science. You can do cups, but as a chef, I prefer to do grams. So we're going to share the recipe from today. You're going to want to mix all of your dry together. So we're going to start with our flour here. And then we're going to take our baking powder, mix that in as well. And you want to mix your dry. If you're not mixing your dry, you're not going to have evenly incorporated batter. You don't need to use a KitchenAid or a machine for this, because when you're making muffins, you don't want to fully incorporate everything, because if you do, you'll get a really dense, disgusting mouthfeel texture. So next up, we're putting our egg in a separate mixing bowl. You're going to do your dry, then your wet, then you're going to combine. You break up that egg, our banana. So normally, if you're doing sugar, you're going to add sugar to the dry. Next, we're going to add our butter. So it says melted butter. This is already room temperature soft. So next, we're going to add the garnish ingredients, the chicken and the cheese. I like to wear gloves. You don't have to, as long as you're washing your hands regularly. Obviously, kitchen sanitation is a big deal, even more so with children. I get the nitrile gloves, so there's no latex in case there's any allergies. But I'm going to add my cheese to the dry, and we're mixing it so it's nice and evenly incorporated. Why are we doing it now? Because once you combine the wet and the dry, remember, we don't want to add and mix for too long. So with the cheese already nicely incorporated in, of the flour, the baking powder, and the cheese. Now, you can use salt. We're staying away from salt. You can use sugar. We're staying away from sugar for kids. If you wanted to add sugar and salt, you would add it to this dry. Dry with dry, wet with wet. But nice incorporated so that when we add the wet, one of my favorite kitchen ingredients is a rubber spatula. Make sure to get a high temperature one that doesn't burn in case you leave it in something hot. This is a kitchen grade one. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add our wet to our dry, and we're gonna use the rubber spatula because, as you can see, you can skim the sides and get everything to incorporate. I'm gonna start a little well here. Remember, we're mixing as little as possible. Spatula is the way to go. And mix everything in. Spatula everything in, get every little piece. Mix it a little bit, but not too much. So we've mixed our batter. Not too much. You don't want to pull, mix and then stretch the flour, activate the gluten, and then you get really chewy, gummy, not desirable textured muffins. But we've got our batter ready. The one thing you never want to forget is your oven. You can either preheat your oven while you're mixing your ingredients, or you can pre-mix while you're doing the butter. Why do I use butter? I use butter because I don't want to use the spray. The spray has chemicals. This all ties into doing clean. I've always been pretty conscious of working with clean ingredients, but even more so now that I have a daughter. So once again, the glove comes in handy. Just a light coat of butter into each mold. We're gonna do mini muffins, bite size, fun kid size. You can do a larger size. There's nothing wrong with that. So, you know, working in restaurants for years, I never thought I'd be blessed to have a family to cook for. Suddenly I'm more conscious about what ingredients we use than ever. And what's great is a lot of people are becoming more aware of what to put in their bodies, but what is made in America doesn't always fit that need. So there's gonna be tons of different questions you might have. Hey, I can't do eggs. What's an alternative? Hey, I'm okay with sugar. Hey, what's another alternative besides banana for sugar? My kid doesn't like banana. Send us comments in this video and we can create more content about alternatives for egg, like using chia seeds, or another alternative to sugar would be roasted apples or an applesauce. Once again, you probably don't want to buy an applesauce because half the stuff like that Mott's is full of sugar, full of crap. So you can roast your own apples. So if you want to see a video like that, let us know. Really, this is going to be a learning experience for us too, because we're new parents and we want to make sure we're doing what's best for our daughter, like the rest of you want to do for your kids. Muffins are done. You're looking at them like, wait a second though, they're not brown. Why do muffins brown? Sugar, honey, maple syrup, some sort of sweetener. When you bake, it caramelizes. So sugar is actually important for not just adding flavor and sweetness, but for actually contributing to the color. So these are gonna be a lot lighter in color, and that's okay because we used banana. But now they're ready to go. We did our little skewer check. Perfect, no batter. Because we buttered, they pop right out. Beautiful, right? They're still hot. You can bake these in the morning. And then we have these lovely thermoses that will hold temperature. So you can throw them right in here, like so. Send them off to daycare, still hot. Or you can cool them down. You would want to do one or the other. Try to avoid warm. I'm going to cool them down or have them hot and send them off to our kiddos for their snack at daycare. Let's pop this bad boy open. Beautiful muffin texture. Look at that. All right, absolutely delicious. Yeah. There you have it. Beautiful chicken and cheddar muffins. Great for snacks either at home or for if you're sending your kids off to school.